Wait, do you hear that? Do you hear that?
No?
You hear that?
No.
Sure you don't hear that? Oh,
Yeah, I don't hear that.
what is it? Sounds like a signal, Phil, coming
Truman, I can't.
from the Chatellite.
Oh!
Because it's
What?
time for another episode of the Chatmen
I'm
from
not
their
ready yet!
secret underground lair via the Chatellite.
Pachoo, choo, pachoo.
Zoom in, zoom out, mountain, zoom out. You're in space.
Space.
Big old Chatellite with a
Beam of.
microphone on it. It directs that
Yeah,
beam back. It zooms right in to your house, listener. It zooms
your
right in
computer.
to your computer, and you
Monitor.
got YouTube opened up,
People's.
and the video is playing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, every time you play this video, it's live. Sometime it is. So, that being said, hey guys,
Hey,
we're the Chatmen.
I was trying to, get you pumped, Phil. Get you in the mood.
It did bring joy to my heart hearing you say the Chatellite one more time.
Phil had no clue what was going on. But yeah, guys. Hey, we're back. This is Truman. I'm with my buddy, Phil.
What's his? Oh, I'm your buddy.
You're my buddy.
Whoa.
Unlike that movie, Buddy. I hate that movie. Makes me cry.
Wait, are you talking about Airbud?
I am talking about
Okay.
Airbud. You know the classic movie, Buddy.
Yeah, with the golden retriever in the jersey who played basketball.
And then like football, and then volleyball, and then soccer, and then had a bunch of talking kids that met
Oh,
Santa, and
well, I didn't know kids could talk. First of all.
their puppies, air
Second of all, I
buddies.
don't think I got. Second of all, I don't think I got anywhere near through that movie. So, because the basketball part is all I remember, unless you're talking
There's
about the sequels.
there's a really sad moment when he's trying to get rid of Airbud, and he like takes him out to this island, and he's like, "Get out of here! Get out! I don't want you anymore!" And then he heaves the basketball, and then Buddy runs for it because he's a dog, and that's what he's been trained to do. And then
Oh,
while he's fetching the ball, kid jumps back on the boat and leaves that dog out there.
I see.
Well, Phil,
Yeah.
I think I want to play news music, like the news is starting up, because I got some news to tell you about.
How new is this news?
Some of it's fairly new. The newest story I probably saw 2 days ago.
How
Uh,
new is that news?
pretty
So we
well.
could be doing 2 day old news 2 days
2 weeks
later,
later.
or 2 weeks later.
This story was posted on the 1st. That's the newest one.
The first of what?
May.
Oh, I thought you meant the first of 2014.
hmm But even though we got news, I'm gonna start with a downer because I got sad news first of all. We're quitting the Chapman. I'm joking. I was just trying to cushion the blow of this news with humor because it's sad. Both.
Listen, Truman,
What?
you made me sad. I thought you were saying this is it. We're calling it quits right now, and I was like, no.
And then I was like, haha. And then everybody got that big sigh of relief, like, oh, good. You're only
And
making
then
a
now
joke.
you're gonna punch him in the face again by telling
I
him,
was
oh, somebody
cushioning the
died.
blow. Anyways, sad news. Beloved film actor Bob Hoskins died. And
I
you're
don't know
like,
who that is.
who's that? Well, ever watch a little movie called Son of the Mask? He's Odin in that movie.
Oh,
Actually, the reason that everybody is really upset is You remember that, you probably haven't seen it, I haven't actually seen it, that really shitty live-action Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, yeah?
Guess who plays Mario?
That guy.
Little man
Toad.
named Bob Hoskins. So Mario's dead. Luigi, I think he's still kicking around. I think
John Leguizamo, yeah, he voices Glowbox in Rayman 3 and also voices Sid the Sloth in
yeah,
Ice Age.
yeah, Sid the Sloth. But Bob Hoskins, he died of pneumonia at the age of 71. He was also Smee on Hook. You remember the movie Hook with Robin Williams?
No.
It's a pretty good
I know
movie.
the movie Peter Pan featuring Peter Pan.
Well, anyways, Hook is a pretty good movie. Me and my buddies, we quote it all the time. Um, but Bob Hoskins played Mr. Smee, the right-hand man of Captain Hook. But the biggest role and the most cherished role to me is he plays Eddie Valiant in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No.
Really sad, because that is a perfect movie. It's so good. I love that movie, and
I'd give it a good B-.
yeah, we joke around, but seriously, rip in peace, Bob Hoskins. Makes me sad. All right, Phil, you know what tomorrow is? This is the segue
Sunday.
into the next story.
Sunday.
But what's the date tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't got
Today's
it.
the 3rd. Tomorrow is...
Oh, the 4th.
And what month?
May.
All
I
right,
get
so
Mays and
tomorrow's
Marches
date, or
confused.
tomorrow is...
May the 4th.
Speaking of Star Wars, they have posted a cast listing for Star Wars Episode 7.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Done a little research on these guys.
One of them has really big ears. That's all I know about it.
So did Doctor Who.
No, not as big as these ears. These ears are like the size of castles. They're so big.
Yeah. I had to actually look up all these actors because I didn't recognize them any by name.
Yeah, I know, and that's good because
That's a pretty good
they're
thing.
pulling the same thing George Lucas did when he pulled all the new actors out of the hat, but he didn't want Harrison Ford in it because everybody kind of knew who he was.
Yeah.
Had him cast in there anyway. It's good to have it.
Here's a tidbit for you, Phil. Carrie Fisher, who plays Princess Leia, she also auditioned to play Carrie in the movie Carrie. That's the movie where the girl gets the pig's blood dumped on her head at prom. It's a horror
Yeah,
movie.
I know about Carrie.
Yeah, the lead for Carrie and Princess Leia, they actually auditioned for the opposite role. But when they said, hey, Carrie Fisher, we're going to need you to do a nude bathtub scene to be in the movie Carrie, she's like, I think I'll do Star Wars instead.
Oh.
So, we almost had Carrie as Princess Leia instead of Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia.
And her as Carrie instead.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm looking
Mission
at
for
people.
love and the blood dumped on her head.
John Boyega, sorry man, I don't really know who you are. Looks like you did a lot of stuff in the UK. I don't know. This lady named, if my page would scroll back up, Daisy Ridley.
Who?
I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
reading
these
them
are
off the
people in Star Wars
cast.
7.
Yeah, I know. None of them are familiar.
I think you're thinking of Adam Driver, Phil, who has big ears. He's got pretty big ears.
He has gigantic ears. They're like the size of baseballs.
But he was in Inside Llewyn Davis, which did really well, and it came out recently. I only know that because I work at a movie rental place, and people are always asking for it. So we got him. We got Oscar Isaac. Oh, he was also in Inside Llewyn Davis. He was also in the greatest movie ever, Sucker Punch.
That's not that great a movie.
It's a very bad movie. I hate it. It's too long. It doesn't make any sense. And I was trying to watch Thriller Bark episodes of One Piece on my tablet, and I just had blaring Sucker Punch music just just blaring. I couldn't concentrate.
Blaring like I just don't care about anything. I just
Like
Um,
it, my ear. Does my voice sound different now that it's on a different mic?
just a little bit.
Okay.
Next guy, Andy Serkis.
That's why. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. If
He
he's playing
was.
Yoda, is he gonna be Yoda?
I don't know.
Because that'd be weird.
Isn't
Because Yoda's dead.
Frank Oz is still alive, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, make him a puppet, or I mean, make him a crap. Let me rephrase that. I hope they make Yoda into a puppet if they're gonna use him. But since he's a ghost now, I don't know if it really matters
I want
at all.
them to. Why? If Frank Oz is still alive, because I swear he is.
He needs to voice him at least, of course. Frank
So
Oz is always the voice of Yoda, but Yoda's a ghost now. So if he was like had, as I said in like an episode ago or something, like one episode, I said if you're going to animate characters instead of making them puppets, you have to have Gollum level animation skills. That's what I said.
mhm.
So, Andy Serkis, that's Gollum. He's gonna be.
Oh, I didn't know that. I only knew that he played Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I didn't read that far down in his Internet Movie Database file, I guess. Are you still with me, Phil? You kind of frozen. Oh, what fun it is to use Skype to record the Chatmen. Hopefully we can piece that back together.
And a one horse open sleigh. Don't worry about it.
What was the last thing you heard me say, Phil?
You said I didn't read that far down in his history or something like that.
Okay, we didn't miss that much of this conversation.
I know we didn't. Then I just said, and
it's going to make it easier to edit this back together if I know where things dropped. So there we go.
Don't worry about it.
Future Truman. That was what happened.
Don't worry about it. Just keep it the way it was. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to be like, oh, that's it. I'm done.
You have to have pride in the things you do, because if you don't have pride, how is anybody else going to like it?
They don't have to.
Star Wars.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
We don't know what he is yet. If he's going to be Ghost Yoda. Is Yoda even going to be there? I don't even know. It's not even about Luke Skywalker. He's the only one who could see those ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
So, doesn't matter. I guess Yoda's gone forever.
Yeah. Next guy. I hope I pronounced this right. Domhnall Gleeson? I've never seen this first name before. He was in Phil's favorite movie, Dread.
He was. Was he? Who did he play as?
His role says Clan Techie.
Was that the guy with the crazy eyes?
I'm wondering if it is the guy with the crazy eyes. Because he's the coolest part of that movie.
Yeah. He wore a yellow shirt.
He's
right?
also, there was something yellow.
There are two yellow shirts, and they both were the best characters in the movie.
He also plays Bill Weasley, which I guess is related to Ron Weasley in Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2. So, that's a guy. I think I've seen his face before. Last guy, Max von Sydow? Sydow? I don't know. He's really old. He's an old man.
You know who else is an old man? Yoda. Andy Serkis. I don't know if Andy Serkis is going to be Yoda. I hope they have somebody like Yoda. No, I hope they don't. I don't know. Never mind. We'll see. Never mind. Let's not talk about that.
It'll be cool to see Yoda, but he doesn't need to be like a huge part of this new story, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
But this last guy, he was in the 1973 horror classic The Exorcist.
Oh.
He was also in Minority Report with Tom Cruise. He's got his name around places. So, there you go. Also joining the cast is going to be, classic Star Wars members like, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Anthony Daniels, Peter Mayhew, Kenny Baker. They're all coming
I
back.
don't know who Peter Mayhew is.
Is he?
Oh, wait. C-3PO,
I was
right?
gonna say, isn't he 3PO?
Or Chewbacca. One of the two. I got you.
So
I know the R2-D2 dwarf is coming back to be in the R2-D2
that's
costume.
Kenny Baker, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
So there you
I'm
go.
happy.
So I'm not upset after reading this cast list.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we got Will I Am and Andy Samberg and trying to think of people I don't like.
How about Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler as Yoda.
Oh, that sounds like that.
He
That sounds like
he do that high Adam Sandler voice.
that sounds like a good summer comedy film for the 13-year-olds to watch, since they are now legal to watch PG-13 movies.
Yep.
That sounds like a good film for them to see and not then later look back on it and be like, oh, I can't believe I like that.
All right.
Shit. Sorry?
Next news story.
Let's hear it.
A little bit older news, but pretty freaking cool news. So I'm gonna take you back in time, Phil.
All right, let's hear it.
To the 1980s.
Let's hear it.
Video games are doing great. They're doing so great, in fact, that fucking everything crashes. Video game crash.
Oh, snap.
So here's the thing. There's a little movie made by Steven Spielberg.
Oh, is it called E.T.?
It's called E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And they're like, boy, kids sure love this movie. Know what else kids like? Video games.
E.T. the video game.
Let's make just a bunch of E.T. games for the Atari 2600.
I knew there was E.T. for the Atari. I didn't know it was a bunch.
Phil, here's the thing. They literally made more E.T. game cartridges than there were Atari 2600s to play the game cartridges.
Jesus. That's a lot.
It was a flop. It was a horrible, horrible game. Nobody bought it. They had so many copies. So here's the thing. There's a story. I was talking to somebody at work. I used the word rumor, and he was like, it wasn't a rumor. It is fact. It was always fact. But there was a rumor that they buried all the excess the ET games for Atari. They buried them in the New Mexico desert.
Oh, yeah?
Well, recently, with the Xbox One, Microsoft wanted to make some, special just for Xbox programming to release as part of Xbox Live to get people to come, get Xbox Live. So they hired a documentary crew.
Yeah.
And they...
Jeez, that was some crazy noise right there. I don't know if that's going to pick up the same way I heard it, but...
They, this documentary crew, they wanted to find out what happened to all those ET games. So, they were like, we think we know where they're buried in the desert, so we're going to go dig them up. And New Mexico Wildlife... What are you doing, Phil?
I'm not doing anything.
Are you sure you're not eating?
I'm not eating.
Okay, I just saw your face dipping down below the camera. Okay.
No, if I was eating, I'd bring it up to my face to munch on.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm definitely not eating anything like a soup or, for, let's say, ice cream, where I'd have to bend down instead of bringing snacks such as a tasty chip or cracker up to my face.
This week's episode is brought to you by Lies! Get you some!
Chocolate chip cookie lies ice cream.
Anyway.
Lies cream.
Good. That's a good joke. I like that joke, Phil.
Thank you. Go on.
So this documentary crew, they were going to go out in the desert where they thought that all these cartridges were buried, and they're going to dig them up. Well, they got stopped by New Mexico Wildlife saying, whoa, you can't just go digging around in the desert. Yeah. They had to get permits and stuff, but then they came back. We got these permits. We got this backhoe. We're going to dig up these cartridges. And guess what, Phil?
They found them.
They found all those cartridges.
Whoa.
It's awesome.
How many were there?
Just I'm just skimming through this article that I probably should have read once more before we started recording.
This is good, Truman.
It
This is
doesn't
a good
say.
story. Hey, how many are you estimating?
A lot. They found.
No. Between 1 and a million.
There was probably at least 100,000.
That's between 1 and a million. I think that's a pretty safe bet.
There was enough to warrant everybody saying those were the cartridges that were buried. All those cartridges.
Okay.
It wasn't like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They weren't like, Eureka! We found 2.5 ET games. We
That's
win.
it. I beat the game.
The real game, Phil. The real game was the very long game of find the cartridges.
Yeah. And they found them some years later.
Mm-hmm.
Just a handful of years later. How'd they know where to look in the desert, first of all?
I guess they were. No, this is a great episode.
Good job, Truman.
They they
This
had to dig
episode
a
brought to
couple
you
of
by
times.
news that Truman doesn't actually know that he tells you anyway.
I read this like a
Chat-
week ago.
Chat news. Chat news. But-up-do-da-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. I'm just hum while Truman reads the
I've
article.
forgotten the question you asked me because I'm too busy reading. Yeah. I don't know how they found them.
That is right. Truman doesn't know.
Next story.
He wants to.
I told you the cool parts.
I'm here. Next story.
All right, Phil. We live in the grand.
Huh?
We live in the grand state of Oklahoma.
How do you know?
True fact.
How do you know people?
That's our homeland. We actually live in the chat cave right now, but we have fond memories of living in Oklahoma.
Yesterday.
So, Phil...
We moved to the chat cave to give our episodes. We don't know that we're moving to the chat cave. We just escorted there via Chatellite.
Every 2 weeks, we get hit on the head and we pass out. Wake up in the chat cave. Got all the recording equipment in front of us.
Yep, our Chatellite beams down a hammer that just hits us in the head. And we pass out. We get some like little androids Star Trek beam down to pack us into a moving van and send us away to the chat cave. We don't even know where we are right now. Probably in the middle of a desert somewhere, buried with a bunch of cartridges.
I've always considered us being in a mountain somewhere, like in the belly of a mountain.
Yeah, probably. Probably that too.
A desert mountain.
Who says it can't be both?
That's a mountain of sand.
Fun fact. Here's where this story comes full circle. Extraterrestrials everywhere.
Whoa.
We just can't see them. That's it. That's my story. Hey, what's the next news story, Truman?
I was saying, Phil, we have fond memories of Oklahoma. When you think of Oklahoma, what do you think about, Phil?
Rednecks, horses, cows, mostly cows, not so much horses. I think of Texas when I think of horses. I think of cowboys, rednecks, country music, annoying people, meth, fucking meth heads.
Phil, do you think of goats at all?
I think of goats a little bit, but not as much as meth heads.
Do you think of goats?
People that do meth?
Do you think of people with the head of a goat?
Doing meth? Yes.
Sitting with children all around him?
Oh, you're talking about the Satan statue, aren't you?
Now, soon, people are going to think Oklahoma and think Satan. And here's why. In January... What?
Nothing, go on.
In January, the Satanic Temple announced plans to erect a monument glorifying the Dark Lord on the front lawn of the Oklahoma State House. I've got pictures here. Have you seen these pictures, Phil?
Yes.
It's
I think I saw a couple.
Baphomet.
How many do you have?
I think it's just those 2 or 3.
saw it too.
I've got the Vice article about it.
How about you send that to me?
All right.
Also, hey everybody, you can just check our description and you can look at them yourself while we're looking at these pictures. How about that? So we could just have a conversation, except we can't hear the things that you say, but you can hear the things that we say. You can pretend we're talking to you. Truman, why don't you send me that link right now?
Copying and pasting. I take my mouse out of my computer so I don't have little clicky noises while we're recording. So it took me a minute. But anyway, there was an Indiegogo campaign, it's kind of like Kickstarter, to raise money for a statue of Baphomet, who's a man, head of a goat, Satan. There's also an inverted pentagram, children just gazing upward in loyalty to this Satan statue.
Admiration.
Yeah.
Or like admiration. That kid has his hands behind his back. Or her. Sorry, that's a girl, clearly, because she's wearing a dress and slippers. Could be a drag. You don't know. Can't judge children based on the way that they dress. Anyway, she has her hands behind her back, and she's looking up at his bicep in admiration.
Yeah.
The little kid had... Okay, there was an ad. It scared me.
Okay, I thought we dropped our call again. All
Nope.
right. But Phil, you're thinking Oklahoma is one of the most conservative states in America. How did Satan plans become a thing? Well, let me tell you. Here's how. The statue is a response to a Ten Commandments statue that was erected on the lawn of the Capitol in 2012.
Right.
The church said, separation of church and state, you can't have that there. But let me find this guy's name. State Representative Mike Reitz paid out of pocket for the statue or the monument of the Ten Commandments, so it wasn't actually the state government erecting it. It was a charitable donation and thus circumvented the rule of no church and state. So they're like, well, if you can just donate a religious statue, we're going to donate a Satan statue.
And are they obligated to put that up as well?
I don't know if this matter's actually been completely finalized.
This is from January, you said, isn't it?
January is when the plans were announced. This article came about yesterday or 2 days ago.
Because I remember earlier on this year. Am I frozen right now? Just so you know.
Yes, you are.
I see my picture just like frozen right there.
You've been frozen for a little bit.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Frozen, the movie, starring Josh Gad, and that's it.
That's the only important part. But Phil, there's some people, you'd think if this Satan statue comes through, there's going to be some rednecks and a big old truck that are just going to tie a chain to it, rip it out of the ground. Here's the thing. This statue is going to be insured for twice what it's worth. So if somebody rips it out, they could put 2 statues back up.
Oh, snap. That's like what we should have done with the Twin Towers, probably.
Oh, too soon.
It's never too soon, Truman. They're having 8th graders do reports on what they thought, what they were experiencing when the Twin Towers got bombed. They don't remember. They're all born in 2001 when it happened. So think about that for a second. Okay, people who are just starting freshman year in high school right now, they were born in 2000 to 2001. Think about that for a second. Isn't that crazy?
I was in like 4th grade when that happened.
Well, I was.
Anyways,
let's
not get bombed down on national horrors. Let's talk about Satan some more, Phil.
Okay, that's much better.
So the temple is actually building a mold of the statue, so they don't have to rebuild it every time. They can just pour the bronze again, and just pop another one out, just put it right out on the grounds again.
They should just I don't know. That is pretty comical. I wouldn't say that me or Truman are leaning in one way or the other. So when we look at stories like this, we don't get that same initial feeling of, ooh, gosh, that other people might.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you, the story from a like an outside perspective like ours, it's pretty humorous. If you don't think so, we apologize. Truman came up with this topic himself.
I was going to get into my personal response in a minute. I'm still reporting facts right now, Phil. Facts.
Facts.
Here.
Fact. Wait, what was it? Facts?
Facts. So there's an argument against Satan Monument. Surprisingly, people don't want it.
Facts. That was it.
So they're saying, like, having a statue of Baphomet has no historical significance to the state of Oklahoma.
Oh.
Get that out of here.
Oh,
So
wow.
the temple's like, well, what's the historical significance of the Ten Commandments? And here is a quote from State Representative Paul Wessenhoff. He said, "The only reason why the Ten Commandments qualified is because at the Capitol, what we do is make laws. We are lawmakers. Well, one of the earliest laws we have are the Ten Commandments." Can't argue that. Historical significance to the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Hey, how about Hinduism?
I'm that guy's. I know everybody's gonna just like, yeah, that works as a rebuttal. I don't see any grounds for that rebuttal. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Here's some more historical significance. A lot of Jesus' backstory was ripped off Krishna of the Hindu religion. Oh, snap. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Let's talk about something else.
Well, I've got actually, surprisingly, when I saw this on Reddit, somebody posted some stuff in the comments. Here's a little fun fact. Did you know the Church of Satan has an official Tumblr?
I'd imagine. I mean, everything has a Tumblr now.
Yeah, Peter H. Gilmore, which is High Priest of the Church of Satan, runs the Tumblr. And guess what he had to say on this matter, Phil?
What?
He doesn't like it. He says that they're only using this religious thing to, like, call somebody else out. It's not actually, serving a purpose to the Church of Satan's religious group. It's only just like, well, screw you. We'll just put Satan on the lawn. He also says that he doesn't like the children on the statue because it makes Baphomet look pedophilic.
Oh.
I've got this rebuttal hand. The statue is crudely designed and ugly to me. It seems pedophilic. Having children reaching towards a being with an exposed symbolic penis seems to imply that Satanism represents the same situation that has plagued the Roman Catholic and other Christian churches for some time.
Whoa.
Child abuse. So just shots fired everywhere.
Everybody's mad, except for me and Truman.
So
we're not that mad.
I was talking to Jeremy, my roommate.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to actually think of this story, because as funny as I think this whole thing is, I kind of don't want a Satan statue on the Oklahoma Capitol building, but at the same time, part of me does want a statue of Satan, because then there'll be people, probably, who'd be like, I'm going to take Route 66 to Oklahoma to see this erected statue of Satan.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's any... Because, okay, Satanism isn't like, oh yeah, we still kill people and I don't even know. Like, they're not just anti-Jesus teachings. They just believe that the other character was the good one and that he did the good things instead.
Oh, sorry.
So
let me cut it in real quick. I found the actual quote.
Listen, real quick. Just
okay.
Just a sec.
Go.
I'm just saying. So they're not like, I don't know. They're just. Now you interrupted me and I forgot what I was going to say. So go ahead with what you were saying, Truman.
All right. Here's the quote from Peter Gilmore that I was looking for. It occurs to me that the efforts by the perpetrators of this proposal may be intended as a means for making Satanism appear foolish and just as dysfunctional and irrational as we secularists view most other religions to be. That's why he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Phil. We will repair our friendship slowly and arduously in the future.
Within the episode. Oh, but also, I was just saying that I think since they both Satanists, I'm not saying Satan as portrayed in the Bible or wherever.
Yeah.
But Satanists just think of a different character than the Bible people do.
Yeah.
So thinking that Satanism equates to anti-Ten Commandments or whatever, like, you know, the don't steal, don't murder, all that stuff, is not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm.
It's just arguing what the people that didn't exist actually did.
Yeah. Like, the whole religion side of this argument, I really have a voice in. Whatever.
Right. That's like me saying Darth Vader didn't actually turn evil and kill all the younglings. That's the best example that I can think of. It's just like, oh, okay. Well,
it's just this whole,
I
like...
read fan fiction that says otherwise.
The thing I find humorous is, like, the one-upping people are doing on such, like, an official...
Yeah, I know.
It is the state capital. That is where Oklahoma, as a state of America, is run. And there's just people like, fuck you, no, fuck you.
Satan.
And I find that really funny.
Yeah, me too. I think it's funny as well, Truman. Don't feel bad. If people hate you for it, they'll hate you for it, but I'll just agree with you while they hate you for it. I didn't bring this article up, ladies and gentlemen. Normally I'm the one who has to back down from political and religious topics. So, you know.
Well, in my head...
It's all Truman's fault. If anybody is offended, all Truman's fault.
Okay, so we always are looking for things to talk about on our not special episodes of the Chatmen Classic. And every time I'm on Reddit and I see the word Oklahoma or the city I live in, my interest gets piqued. I actually take time to look and read that article or whatever, and then I had to double take. I had to check to see if this was a real thing. I laughed. I was like, that's really funny. And then I read a little deeper, and I was like, oh, no, wait, this is an actual thing. This is a thing, Phil.
Yeah, I didn't know that you didn't know about this until like 2 days ago.
I'm so oblivious to...
I should have told you.
Well,
I should have told you.
I'm glad you did.
Hey, guys, guess what? Fred Phelps died also. Oh, that's old news. But anyway, Truman was surprised when that happened as well. I read about it earlier that day, or the day before. I don't remember.
So that wraps up the news. So there you go.
Old news, man.
News over. We'll just move on to something else, Phil.
I want to do the intermission so I'm not frozen faced anymore.
Well, yeah, it's been like half.
All right.
We got two more things, and we'll do them after the break.
All right. See you in a bit, everyone. Bye.
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 Just checking. Could somebody answer my question on Facebook? It's important. Anyway.
What?
We're having a party tomorrow night, and I still have a lot of alcohol left from my 21st birthday. And I was like, guys, if I bring this, will somebody take it home or drink some of it? Nobody's responded. 5 people have viewed it in the group. Nobody has said a thing. Except
maybe
for my buddy, Snake Owl.
You should throw it out.
I'm about to get to that point, especially that Miller, because I'm just not going to drink that. Anyway, let's not talk about alcohol. Phil, I gave you an assignment.
Oh, what's the assignment?
I said, here, Phil. Here's a fun little flesh game for you to play.
Oh, fucking Frog Fractions.
Spoil-
I hated that game.
We're gonna spoil this game. Phil, I want a full rundown of your trials, tribulations, your emotions, your feelings.
Can I get a list of the levels that you have to go through on that?
I don't fucking know. Maybe
Got
is there a Frog Fractions wiki?
I don't know, man.
I told
Wait, I just remember that game was stupid as hell. I don't know why you thought that was the coolest thing ever when you sent that to me.
I didn't say it was the coolest thing ever. I said I want you to play this game.
Oh. Everybody was like, "Oh, this game is so genius" in the comments, and and then there were like some that were like, "What the fuck, guys?"
I've got a paragraph synopsis of the game. Frog Fractions begins with a frog sitting on a lily pad. I'll just read through this like stage by stage, Phil.
Right.
And you tell me about what happened to you.
All right, go on.
All right, so the player controls the frog and must use his tongue to attack insects while collecting and protecting fruit. There you go, Phil. It's
Okay.
First stage of the game.
Yeah, it's all right. And then there's like some fractions or something that they give you. This is like 2/7 of a point, and then they had like variables in there or something, and then like you just kept getting more and more points, and I didn't understand like I didn't know if it was a math game where I was supposed to do math and try to figure out how to. But no, you just get as many fractions of a point as you want.
Gotta save those fruit.
Yeah, doesn't matter. So
doesn't matter. Then you can start. You can buy upgrades from saving fruit. You save up your fruit. You buy some upgrades. Phil, what upgrades did you buy?
There's a few upgrades. Like you can change your lily pad to a turtle and just kind of swim around
left and right.
Swim around the pond that you're in. Yeah, and save the fruit. There was an upgrade where you can change your tongue when you catch the flies from getting the fruit into like a homing tongue or whatever. So you just click it and it like grabs them. And then there's like a static electric upgrade where you can do that, and then all the nearby flies statically like they come with the other bugs and stuff that you're catching. They just like stick to them static electrically. And then there was an update where you can get a dragon.
And you were like, whoa, dragons, cool.
Yes, whatever. And you can go up, left, right, down, fly out of the pond, fly into the pond. I didn't fucking know you could fly into the pond, Sherman. I didn't know that in order to get past that game that I spent 30 minutes doing, because Truman told me to, I could have just pressed down on the arrow keys and went underneath. Okay, this entire time there are fruits to your left and your right just falling, just one after the other, and you're supposed to catch the fruit. Once you get 25,000 fruit, you can get your next upgrade. I was like, 25,000? That's like, I don't even know how many hours of gameplay I'd have to play in order to get to that point, because I've been playing it for 30 minutes, and I only have like 75 fruit, maybe 100 something, I don't even know. But yeah, definitely, it was definitely like 200 something. Anyway, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then I'm like talking to Truman this whole time, saying this game sucks. I don't understand any of it. And then you said, you can move around with the dragon, right? And I was like, yeah, I've been moving around with the dragon. So just like out of frustration, I just like moved the dragon around in all directions, and I moved down a little too much. Was just enough, because the camera freaking moved down, and suddenly I'm underneath the water with like a million fruit at the bottom of the lake. And if you just
it's like a bazillion, I think, is how many fruit are down there. Because that's
like
what it adds to your score.
I thought it was like a million, but anyway,
okay, maybe.
You mouse over it, or you get your dragon to fly over it, and they just flood up your inventory, just like so many fruit just flying up out of the bottom of the pond to your how many fruits you have. And then I was like, oh, so that's I was definitely supposed to know that, how to get the 25,000 fruit to get my rocket ship upgrade.
Yeah, you gotta get the warp drive.
So I could go to Bug Mars. What the hell was going on? What's next?
When
Sentence.
when the player collects enough fruit, they can buy a warp drive, which lets them ride their dragon through an asteroid field to Bug Mars, where the player then battles an alien robot squad. So that's still the same, like, just lick 'em, right?
I think so.
Okay, but then the player is sent to Bug Court, where they sign a work visa.
Yeah.
When you were in Bug Court, Phil, what were you thinking?
They give you so many options to say different stuff. I
Mhm.
didn't know if, depending on what I said, I'd get different results or not. I was confused.
I think you get different dialogue, but they all stem back down to a single ending for that section.
Okay, it was really weird.
But were you
But
like, what happened to the fractions? Where's the
yeah,
fractions?
yeah, it's like why is this called frog fractions when I'm here in court and they're asking me about living life on Bug Mars or if I want to work the rest of my life or something? I was overwhelmed. I was extremely overwhelmed. I didn't know what was going on.
All right. So the next thing that happens is the player then travels under the water below Bug Mars.
No, you're supposed to figure that out yourself
Oh, okay.
again. Yeah, you're doing your little mission thing or
You're back to the
whatever.
fractions, right?
Yeah, back to the fraction stuff. And you're on your dragon or whatever, and I spent like a good 5 to 10 minutes of that part, and I was like, wait a minute, are they pulling this same shit? They're doing the same thing that they did last time, because I hit down on my arrow key, and I found out, oh, I'm supposed to go underwater again, good. And then I spent like, I don't even know how much time it took to go through that little maze under the water, searching for the place I'm supposed to go to. Go on, is that...
Did you hear a narrated history of the creation of boxing? Because that's what was playing in the background while you're
No,
swimming around in that maze.
I had it muted.
Just a guy telling you about boxing.
I didn't know that.
Did you
I'll
find
have to
Walrus
play
Man?
through that game again. Just kidding. No, I didn't find Walrus Man.
There's a Walrus Man watching TV.
I just found the spaceship, Truman.
He's like a walrus mermaid, just sitting on like a lazy boy recliner watching TV. He's down
I
there.
didn't find that, no.
If you keep searching, you also find like a mirrored image Robo Walrus Man watching TV as well. They're both down there. I thought you'd get a nice little kick out of that, a little hoot. Just a hoot.
Nope, didn't find no
Didn't
walruses.
find it. Well, I guess you'll have to play it again.
No.
At the end of the maze, the player activates a spaceship. Then what happens, Phil?
You go to space, and they give you an MS-DOS game instead.
Yeah.
You gotta type in commands in order to do things.
You ever played those kind of games before, Phil?
I played a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy one.
Mm-hmm. So you're, well versed
Does-
in those. You're good at them. You can figure things out really quick, right?
No. Because the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I rage quitted. But this one, I did.
Almost rage quitted.
I almost rage quitted. I was talking to Truman. I was talking to this man over here. This is stupid. I hate it. There was like, okay, what was it? There's a bunch of pink goop on in the room, and I had a can. Like, I had this can with me, and I said, put the goop into the can. I don't understand the verb put.
Yeah.
Put it in the can. Just put it in the can. Put the goop in the can. I don't understand. And it's like, wait, where do you want to put this? And it was just asking me these questions. They said, in the can. I want you to put this goop in the can. And it just didn't understand. So I said, scoop the goop with the can. I said, I don't understand where you want to put this goop. What can? What are you talking about? Because if you guys haven't played MS-DOS games before where you have to type in commands, they recognize verbs and they recognize nouns.
They recognize like a certain number of verbs and nouns.
Yeah. So when you put like prepositional phrases like into the something, they're like, what's that mean? What into? So you got to type in something like put something. I don't even know. Use this with this. They're like, oh, I get you. But nope. Wasn't supposed to do that. I wasn't supposed to scoop it up with a jar. I was supposed to put it under a faucet and release more goop into the room. Even though when I tried to scoop it up with my hands, they said you can't get enough with your hands. What are you doing?
Yeah, it goes
So
with your fingers, man.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, then we use the can. And they're like, no. What are you talking about? That sentence does not make sense. What? Just put it in the can, for fuck's sake! God damn it!
That wasn't the part that got me stuck, because I was like, oh, the goop comes out of the spigot. Well, I'll just put the can in the spigot where the goop comes out. Easy. Mine, I couldn't get that damn wire. I was like, oh, there's a wire. Just sparking. Can't go to sleep. Start a fire. Got to fix that sparking wire. Do you remember that, Phil? Because I was like, what do I do?
No, I couldn't go to sleep because there was an alarm going off, and I still don't know what I had to do to stop that alarm going off, but apparently it didn't matter in the end.
Did you get the tape and put it on the wire?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that stops the alarm or whatever.
Oh, that stopped the alarm, okay.
But if there's like a sign you pull down and it adds electrical tape to your pocket, to your inventory.
No.
No?
You take the sign down, and it says you're not holding the sign, but then, like, you have to also take the tape down, which was holding the sign in the first place.
But I had completely forgot I had tape in my inventory. I had to check my inventory to see tape. And then I was like, I'm such an idiot.
Use tape with wire. Oh, okay.
Go to sleep now. You can go to sleep. It's fine.
You say wrap tape around wire. What? Around? Uh-huh. I'm an MS-DOS game. I don't understand such phrases as around.
So Phil pushed through and finally completed the MS-DOS text adventure part of the game, and he returned to Bug Mars, where the game ended.
Yeah.
Or did it?
I don't remember.
There's fake credits that happen right then. And then you're right back into the game, where you are now, you run for president of Bug Mars. And you're always elected.
Yeah.
You're elected president of Bug Mars, and then it's up to you to negotiate the tricky business of Mars bug pornography.
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. They're like, oh, this is the demand, and this is how many you want to print off. Do you want ads with them? Do you want some ads? And then they're like, how much money do you want to print off?
I just kept saying, like, all of it. Just print as much. And then it gave you the little message like, okay, I guess it's the next president's issue to fix the economy. And I was like, yeah, it is. Not my problem. Get me off Bug Mars.
Yeah. God, that part sucked. But it was like, even if you, like, sell a lot of stuff, you don't get that much money in relationship to if you just print all the money you want.
I think you have to buy a lot of ad block to make people buy the pornography. I think that's how it works. But
no,
anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You print money. That's how our presidents do it. Every year.
Politics, religion, politics. This episode's brought to you by things that we've told ourselves we won't talk about. Anyway.
Hey, here's the third thing we said that we will never talk about.
Santa?
Girls.
Yeah. Anyway. So you buy all the upgrades, Phil.
Good thing we didn't talk about girls, right, Truman? Okay.
I'm so lonely. But then you buy all the upgrades, game over. You win. Real credits.
What was that? I'm sorry, repeat yourself.
I said once you buy all the upgrades, then that's it. Game's over. Actual credits. Yep. Last line of the summary, Phil. The game takes about 1 hour to complete.
Yep.
True fact.
And you told me that it would take about a little under 30 minutes.
I said an hour and a half, Phil.
Oh, that's right. You did say an hour and a half.
I said an hour and a half.
I don't know why I thought you said less.
So, Phil, give me a rating. Rate Frog Fractions. If you were writing a Steam review right now, what would you say? What would you give it?
I'd give it a good F- out of 10.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let's say I fucking hate this game. Go die in a hole, Frog Fractions. I hate you. You suck. F out of 10. Go fuck yourself. 10 times. Frog Fractions. 10 out of 10 fractions. My rating has fractions in it.
Well, here you go, Phil. Let me tell you something.
I'll fracture your limbs. Frog fractions. Go
The
on.
the nonsense and random nature of this game made the internet adore Frog Fractions. They love it. Frog Fractions, everybody was talking about it back in 2012. I just recently remembered it was a thing. I was looking it up. I played it, and I had fond memories of having my first experience of, like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand. But Phil, people loved Frog Fractions so much.
They're making.
There's a Kickstarter that has been successfully backed for Frog Fractions 2.
I know.
It's an actual game that you can buy, I guess, or not. I don't know. I've read some information about like Twin Beard Studios is going to be like super secret. Like they're going to have a code name that's like some generic, like not Frog Fractions. Will be like Call of Glory shoot gun mania or something.
Shoot, get gun.
Until the good old day when they finally release Frog Fractions 2. So, you guys check out Frog Fractions. I was laughing when Phil would just text me, what do I do? What do I do? I was like,
yeah,
that's right.
You were mean, Truman. It was so mean. It was a punishment. It was hell.
So that
guys, do yourself a favor. Don't play Frog Fractions.
Or do play Frog Fractions, because it's a delightful game made by like one guy or a very small team that they're just like, we're gonna make something and we'll just make it up as we go, and then they did, and then that happened.
If you value your time, please don't play Frog Fractions. But if you just want to experience what I had to experience in this past week, then go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But I did give you a warning. Fair warning. Please, for your sake, do not play this game.
Or play it, because I liked it a lot. Anyways,
I gave you the secrets that you'll probably be frustrated with anyway, so. Anyway, there you go.
So, Phil, I've got one more thing for us to talk about.
What?
It was an old Ask Reddit thread, and then I remembered it, much like Frog Fractions, and I want to get your thoughts, your opinions on it. Okay, yeah. Phil, I'm gonna draw you a mental scenario. I'm gonna paint you a picture with my words. I'll be the Bob Ross of your mind, Phil.
Oh yeah.
It's the future.
Okay.
We are traveling in space. We're meeting all kinds of aliens.
Your voice is a little bit too staccato and also forte. And also, that in order to be Bob Ross,
I'm really bad at whatever that style of talking is.
And so, just some happy little trees. Just draw some happy little trees. So apparently you just got to get right up on this mic. It's the future. We're traveling all through space, just seeing aliens, just meeting wonderful, wonderful people.
You're gonna have to turn this. You're gonna have to turn this down.
Is it really loud?
Yeah, but that's okay. It won't be when Truman edits it.
Okay, I'm not Bob Ross anymore. I'm Guy Fieri of Mental Cooking. So
okay.
I'm gonna yell everything and be really gross.
All right, step away from the mic then.
Aliens.
Oh,
aliens everywhere. And then we get a galactic message, Phil, that says, come to the first alien potluck. We're all going to hang out. We're going to have convention. Everybody's going to get their own booth to show off the greatest thing about your planet. Impress us. So, Phil, on Earth's booth, what is the thing that we show off to all the aliens that's special about Earth, that we're proud of, that we think that everybody's going to be like, whoa, look at these guys. Look at this cool stuff they're doing.
Now, is this alien planet like Like, say, Mercury or Venus, or like are they different types
just from... Imagine like the Cantina bands, the Cantina scene in Star Wars, Phil. We got all those kind of aliens from all sorts of who knows where, and we're all in a massive
they have
space
the same
station.
So showing them say terrain anomalies is not
Well,
an
I mean,
option.
we could show them like PowerPoint presentations, but they'd be like, I mean, whatever. It's not too special. We have
like Krakatoa, whatever. We got like 1 million of those back in Jupiter.
Yeah.
So I don't even know, but anyway, I mean, I guess we could show them like Mount Rushmore or something. I don't even know.
Like we took explosive powder and we put them in sticks and we strapped them to this big rock and we blew them up. And these 4 people are important to America. Ever heard of the place? Because we sure have.
That's our planet, America. That's our planet at this point. Eventually.
America is just it's going to be America or like China, just going to take over the whole planet. And we'll have world economy.
Yeah. America's going to succeed? Secede? I don't know. They're going to take over...
Succeed.
Yeah, Canada. Well, they're going to succeed in seceding, yeah. Yep, America's going to take over Canada, and Canada, they're just our nice Americans.
Yeah.
They'll just be the nice Americans.
They're like a nice hat.
And we'll be like, hey, South America, you got America in the name. Time for America to have America. Nom nom nom, America. That's it. No. North and South America, that's it. That's our country. United States of America. All 169 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and then we're gonna take a look at Russia and China, and we'll be like, you commies, it's time for you to calm over here to nom nom nom. Russia, China, America now, and then we're just gonna be like, Japan, might as well, you know.
It'll be like Futurama, where we'll have a president of Earth.
Yeah, well,
Richard Nixon.
That is correct, and we'll be like, oh,
not a crook.
Hey, remember where we came when we came from you, UK? Well, not no more. You belong to us. USA. That's a joke.
That's our slogan.
And you guys speak English. Australia. To South Africa. Hey, look how south and north we are of you. Asia in general. That's it. America as a whole. That's the feature of the earth. Is America. That's it. That's my future. So we're gonna take a look at Mount Rushmore.
That's all. That's all we're taking. Just Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Look at this big rock.
Thing. Oh, or we could take to them the Twin Towers. Oh wait.
Let's not turn this into a joke, Phil. People died. A lot of people died.
That is true. Hey, but that's not the funny part about it. The funny part is that there's no funny part.
Just digging a hole, Phil.
I'm not digging a hole, Truman. I just now said that the funny part of la 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 la.
I find your
story.
No, we're not done with this. I find your choice of thing to show off at Intergalactic Look at Us Con is a little lackluster, kind of boring, Phil.
I just said Mount Rushmore. Do you have anything better than Mount Rushmore? I can't imagine that you would, dude.
Here's my plan, Phil. We take the United States Marine Corps Band with all their instruments, all of them, fly them to the space shuttle. Because, okay, you're gonna be an alien, Phil, and I'm gonna show you things off, okay? So be like, hey, come here. We all speak a unified language, so you can actually understand me, and I will understand you.
I can understand it.
Okay.
This one.
See this thing here? You see it? It's a very large box, is what it looks like.
That is quite unusual, yes.
Well, here's the thing. We took a bunch of metal, and we pulled really long strings of it, and we tied it down to this big box, and then we got a bunch of little hammers.
Yeah, big deal. You fucking hilly apes. And we do that in preschool.
When you press these keys, little hammers hit the strings and makes a beautiful music that...
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Okay, and here's another thing. See this thing? You're like, oh, look at this. Look at it. And you'll notice it's made of metal. It's made of brass. Well, we took a very long pipe and we bent it over, and we bent it again. We flared out one end, and then we use these fleshy little sacks of skin on our face, and we flap them together into the hole here, and we make more beautiful music.
Yeah, that'd be great and stuff if we had
Ears? Goodness gracious. We don't have ears, Truman. We got antennae. We sense vibrations, but we don't hear them as beautiful music.
Well, see, that's the thing. We humans, we've come from like banging sticks on other sticks to the point where we have worked out a perfect mathematical system of perfect tones and patterns that we find extremely, probably one of the most pleasurable things on our planet. We did this. That's a cool thing.
Yeah, well, you know what we have?
What do you have, Mr. Alien, sir?
We have a whole mountain. Just 4 heads.
Oh, yeah? Did those heads have any significance?
Just 4 alien heads.
Oh, yeah? Who are they?
Hold on, I gotta get the voice back. It's really hard. I'm like clenching my throat.
Mm-hmm.
We got Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Tom.
Wait, what's Mount Rushmore? Thomas Jefferson? Well, I don't even know. Abraham.
Guy with a mustache.
I'm not helping you
And
out.
Thomas Jefferson, and that is our 4. Our 4 alien heads on a rock. You know, it'd be cool if you had anything like that, but instead you guys are just making noises with sticks and stuff. Some more. Yeah, good story.
Phil,
We've come a long way from that.
You took a bunch of sticks and rocks. And
We got warp drives, man.
We would have the same, hopefully, some sort of close to that to get to this intergalactic.
We had to pick you up.
We had to contact you somehow, or you maybe contacted us. Maybe this is only
We contacted you. We picked you up, and we gotta drop you back off, and all you bring us is these stupid little...
that's what I'm saying, Phil. If we were like, take a look at this nuclear reactor, they'd be like, we did that 400,000 years ago on our planet. That's nothing. We got these like ion cannon pulsating.
Well, if that's the thing, if that's the thing,
we gotta bring them something special.
No, listen. If fancy things aren't gonna impress them, you gotta give them simple stuff like bologna sandwiches. Just check this shit out, dog.
We took a bunch of animals, ground them up into a paste, squeezed that paste into a tube of plastic, and then we cut it up. We mix oil and chicken eggs. We mix that together into a paste. And then
Watch the aliens just like flip shit, just like super disgusted and stuff.
We grind up a bunch of grass, and we make a dough out of it. We bake that on fire, and then we just slap some of that ground up meat and some of that oil spread, make a delicious meal eaten by literally millions of Earthlings.
All right, great. We'll pick you up on the next what's it, award ceremony or whatever. We're just gonna leave you here right now, and we'll come back. We promise. Never come back. And the entire time we're working on warp drives and stuff, we're just like, why didn't they come back? Wasn't that the best thing we've ever showed them?
We blew it. We blew it. It's the greatest tragedy of Earth, Phil. The worst thing that we've ever done.
Okay, so speaking of the meat thing that you're talking about, did you hear there's like an audio, like, I don't even know. There's like an audio clip or something, and it's pretty funny. It's like aliens communicating with each other that they just discovered Earth or something, and they're made of meat. or whatever, their entire bodies, they're made completely out of meat. Like, is it like the photonic alien species from Xenar 293? And he's like, where their larval stage, they started in a meat phase, but they, transfer over to whatever. It's like, no, man. Everyone on that planet, they're meat through and through. Their whole lives. They're like, how do they communicate with each other? How do they broadcast their their thoughts to each other? He says they do it by slapping their meat together. And they're like, what are you talking about? He's just like, and he's like going into the horrific just like detail of how the
the voice box and the
and then in the background you just hear just like nasty noises like as he's describing it, and they make humans seem pretty disgusting animals, and it's pretty sad, but just the horrified aliens talking about they're completely made of meat. It's pretty funny. I think I'll send that to you afterwards.
This is like a lost NASA recording, right? Like a secret. They buried it in the New Mexico desert for like 20 years, and we just dug it up.
Correct. E.T.
It's a little thing I like to call bringing it back around.
That's yeah. Full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah. Also, Twin Towers. Hey, Truman! You remember that controversial joke that you said that one time that you cut out of the podcast because you said that is politically incorrect? Hey, how about, since we're talking about Satan, we're talking about Twin Towers, why don't you just play that right now? Presenting Truman's Hitler joke.
It wasn't a Hitler joke. It was a Holocaust joke. Different thing.
Play it.
Okay, right now. Maybe John Lasseter is a crazy madman who's writing the second greatest story of all time. The best one is One Piece, but
that's the best. Yeah,
the best story of all time, Phil, is One Piece.
Yes, you're right.
Second best one, Pixar Theory. Third best
Pixar
one,
Theory.
Holocaust. That was a bad joke. I didn't say it was an uplifting story, Phil. It's just a very interesting one. Man, I sound really horrible right now.
I was about to say, just edit that out, man. You don't even have to. Oh, God.
There's a thing called a joke. Look up a joke. It was a joke. Are my cheeks red? I'm just so embarrassed.
It was the best. And then Truman was like, what did you say? You said something like, should I censor that? And I don't remember how you worded it, but it made my no very ambiguous. Like you said, should I not censor this or something like that? Anyway, and I said no. And then like you said, I'm just gonna go ahead and not censor it. And I was like, and then like later I was like, you didn't censor it, right? You said, yeah, I did. And I was like, no, you weren't supposed to. You said, well, I should. I thought you told me that I should. And I was like, nope.
I was like, I'm not putting that in. Well, it's out now.
There it is.
Cat's out of the bag.
What happened anyway? I don't even remember how it went, but there you go.
Just have to rewatch the episode to find out.
Yep. Anyway, I don't even know if it will make sense without context. Oh well.
I'll put enough in there to make some context.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, okay. Now that we've said some horrible things, I bet we should get out of Dodge. Get the heck out of here.
Hey, let me tell you one more thing.
One more thing. That's it. One more. That's it. And then you're done. Just one more. One more, and that's it.
I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's pretty sad. That's it.
It's pretty sad that it's got like a 56 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I checked it like 2 days ago.
It wasn't that bad. It was...
How was the Rhino? That was the only part I was kind of interested in.
He shows up at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah? Was he pretty cool?
Like, he's at the very beginning of the movie as a bad guy, but then, like, at the end of the movie, they're establishing that they're going to have a Sinister Six movie coming out soon, and that's when he has all the suit and stuff. So it was pretty alright. They teased at the octopus and the vulture in the next movie.
Octopus?
The octopus.
Doc Ock?
Oh. Dr. Octopus.
The octopus.
I like
Does that
that
mean
better.
Mysterio's coming? Because isn't he in the Sinister Six?
Yeah, I think.
Yes!
Yeah,
Yes!
Mysterio's awesome.
I love Mysterio.
Let me tell you something. I didn't know who Mysterio was when you talked about him for some time.
Mhm.
I saw what he looked like, and I was like, oh shit, that's the first Spider-Man villain that I ever even knew about. Because before I knew who Spider-Man even was, before I knew anything about Spider-Man, I read a comic with Mysterio in it.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, once I saw him, I was like, oh, memories.
He's really awesome, but he's also really stupid because he's like a magician. That's like all he really is.
That's pretty
all,
cool.
It's like 100% smoke and mirrors. That's all Mysterio is.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
He's a neat.
But yeah, they hinted at what is it, Kraven the Hunter?
I don't recognize.
No, wait, not Kraven the Hunter. They didn't hint at that. That is one of the Mysterious Six, but they didn't hint at that guy. I think, from what I've read, Mysterio was hinted at in Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. In this newer one, they just showed like Doc Ock's tentacle things in like a display case.
Yeah.
And then the Rhino in a display case after that, and then the Vulture's wings in a display case after that, in like a robotic whatever. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Gwen Stacy dies.
Eh.
Bye,
It's
everyone.
not a spoiler. That's yeah. She dies.
Bye. Hey, if you like our podcast, why don't you just go ahead and you know what Facebook is? Well, if you have a Facebook account, you should just go ahead and go to the Chatmen Facebook page. Just go ahead. I don't just embrace
Linked in the description. It's in the description. You don't even have to search. You can just click a button. Take you right to the page.
Oh my god, and if you're already on the page, why don't you just go to the YouTube page and just hit
Already on
subscribe.
YouTube.
Whoa! Here's something. No, well, not necessarily. If they're playing the video on the Facebook page in specificular, they might have to go ahead and
They
get
would
into
probably already have liked us.
That's not even enough. You know, if you got those two things and you're subscribed and you liked it, why don't you just go ahead and thumbs us down? Also, I never want to see your fucking face again.
If you want to tell us about all the horrible things we said,
unsubscribe, dislike. If you don't like, if
drop it again right at the end.
Yeah, this part's not gonna be. When did you hear me?
I just heard something about dislike, but it was really muddled, and then just.
Okay. Just piece this together.
Lost
I guess.
all our anger. Just it's whatever.
Also, okay, here we go. Also, if you were offended by our Holocaust joke, our Twin Towers reference, our Satan,
fractions,
or the time where we talked about girls, just go ahead and give us a dislike, a thumbs down, if you will. Unsubscribe from our channel, and I never want to see your face again.
Here's the thing. You're like, man, I've already left a comment on YouTube. I've already left a comment on the Facebook page. I want to let them know how much I dislike this. Why don't you just write us an email at chatmenshow@gmail.com.
And we'll read that.
We'll read it and probably agree with all the horrible things that you're reporting. We will agree with you that we've done some bad things.
That's the name of the episode, Truman. Some bad things.
Okay. Speaking of which, real quick, Phil, this is kind of behind the scenes. Whatever. You like those pictures I'm putting on the title cards?
Yeah, I like.
I think I'm gonna keep doing those.
Okay, cool.
So
How about this one with we're gonna do a Satan statue for this one?
I'm gonna search bad guys on Google. Hopefully find something from the 80s with like a big pop collar and sunglasses.
Okay, cool.
Put that guy up there.
Make sure it's kind of cartoony though. Can't be too realistic.
It's from
an actual person.
It's already cartoony.
Whoa!
Shots fired! Boo boo boo!
Whoa! We should put an 80s statue in front of the monument of the state. Whatever it is. The state and the monument.
Full circle.
Oh, we should also put a twin tower. Never mind. Never mind.
But we're done. That's it. Worst thing we've said.
Hey guys. Bye.
Bye.